Very, very good evening to one and all. Welcome to my channel Double E Learn. Today I am going to explain the clear explanation about the average values and RMS values. So right, for this average and RMS value for any alternating quantity have average and RMS values, right? So for detailed explanation I will take two curves, right? Two current curves, that are two current curves. So this is one and this is one more curve, x, y, this x, this is y. Okay, so for the first curve we know each and every instantaneous values. So this one, what is the instantaneous values? Means for each and every time interval, for every instant, this is the instant, that is time, we can know the magnitude of the current. So these are the values, we can define the values, right? For second curve we don't know the instantaneous values, we know only the end values, means in between A and B. So for these two curves I am going to explain the first average value formula, then RMS value. Okay, so for this curve, the average value, that is I average, equals to I1, I2, like this up to IN, I1 plus I2 dash 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 IN by N. Okay, this is the average value, means sum of the current by number of currents. So for this one we don't have any simple formula. So for this one we know the formula I average equals to, from the Simpson and trapezoidal loop, B minus A integral of A to B f of t dt. This is the average values. What is the formula here? When you know the instantaneous value, you use the formula directly, sum of currents by number of currents. When you don't know the instantaneous value, only we know the end currents in the values when you have the only limits. So we know the 1 by b minus a integral of a to b f of t dt. Okay, next we will see the concept of RMS value. So RMS value is nothing but root mean square value or we also called it as square mean of root value. So here mean is nothing but average. So what is the definition? Root mean square value. So for when you know the instantaneous values, the formula is IRMS. IRMS equals to I1 square plus I2 square IN square by N whole root it is. And when you know the only endpoints, we have to use the formula IRMS equals to, so 1 by b minus a integral of a to b I of t dt I of t square dt. So here are squares of mean value, same. When you square this one, you will get the RMS. So in case of sinusoidal, the average value is equals to 0. So RMS will be exist. So we can conclude that for any alternating quantity RMS never be equals to 0. You have to remember this important point. Means for any alternative quantity, it may be trapezoidal or it may be square, it may be triangular waveform, the RMS value is never be equals to 0. Okay, the average value may be 0. Okay, you have to remember. So based on these two, average value and RMS value, I am also going to define two factors which will be very useful. That is form factor equals to RMS value by average value. Okay, the definition of the form factor is RMS value by average value, and also the peak factor is also called crest factor. Definition of peak value U by RMS value. Okay.